Use first principle thinking in your business. You will learn what it is and understand how to use it in your business. First principle thinking is the practice of questioning every assumption that seems to be associated with a problem. Here is an example. Problem. How do we combine the desire to earn from passenger transport without having one's own taxis? How do we accomplish it without hiring full-time staff and paying social fees? How do we employ enough staff to meet customer demand? How do we stop the hassle of repairing our fleet? How do we operate more cost-effectively than the competition? Solution. Simply invent Uber, a crowd-sourced taxi service. Uber has no employed personnel and no physical stock of own taxis. Uber has a phone app operating worldwide. Uber drivers use their own private cars. Limited operating costs, increased revenue. The first principle thinking concept is by far one of the best ways to unlock creative solutions to complex problems. It requires breaking down previous assumptions and mental barriers to create an innovative solution. It's the opposite of analogy-based thinking, which solves problems based on commonly known assumptions and accepted practices. Do you know the story of a salesperson who sold refrigerators to the Inuit? Analogy-based thinking leads to a paradox. Why would the Inuit need refrigerators when it's cold everywhere? First principles thinking illustrates an innovative approach. When it's cold, food is frozen to the bone and unfit for consumption without being warmed to a higher temperature. The fridge enables food to be chilled at a slight temperature fit for consumption. A cooling cabinet that reduces the temperature to +4 degrees Celsius in places with an ambient temperature of +30 degrees Celsius becomes a warming device to +4 degrees in places with an ambient temperature of -30 degrees. How do you apply first principles thinking effectively? Practice and apply the following 7 steps. Step 1. Identify your current assumptions. Pay attention to the facts others present and what you believe in. Think about which facts are valid and which are based on assumptions. Ask yourself questions like, why do I think this, or how do I know this to be true? Step 2. Challenge dogmas with the question, what if? Ask yourself, what if? This will enable you to explore unexpected and unrealistic possibilities. What if your phone took photos and videos, sent emails and messages, played music? Well, it wouldn't be a phone, it would be a smartphone. Step 3. Explain the problem to a child. Anthony Robbins, a well-known author, coach and motivator, says, "You don't prove intelligence by speaking in a smart and learned manner. You prove intelligence when you talk about complex issues in a simple way." Could you explain what your business is about to a small child? Talk about it in the simplest and most basic elements. Step 4. Acquire basic knowledge. Think about what the facts that you truly know are with as few assumptions as possible. What is your most bare starting point and foundation? Step 5. Divide problems into basic parts. When facing a complex problem, break down each element into the basic and simplest piece of information. Divide them into distinguishable and indivisible particles. They will differ from one another and you will combine them into the right way. In this way, you arrive at effective solutions more quickly. Step 6. Create abstract and fresh perspectives. Challenge the status quo and build new ideas from scratch. Forget what you already know. Change the order of elements to find new perspectives. Step 7. Collaborate with newcomers. Collaborate with cross-functional teams. Invite different specialists to solve your problem. For example, successful toy companies invite children to tests. Children don't have to be production engineers or designers, but they know what they like. People from different industries will force you to take a fresh approach. Do you want to grow your business faster? Join the Super Growth Challenge and regularly earn big fat stacks of cash in a short period of time. You can find the details in the description of this video.